Colombia. The same is true about a supposed trip that the U.S. government said I made to Colombia in the summer of 1983. They used this as the heart of their contention that I had been taken into the fold as a friend and confidant of Pablo Escobar and Jorge Luis Ochoa and company, all the drug bosses of the Medellin cartel, men I have never met. At the trial, the American prosecutors acted as if I could travel to Colombia like a guy named Joe Smith, without the governments of Colombia and Panama knowing about it. For the chief of Panamanian intelligence to travel to a friendly country such as Colombia would require prior notification. It would have been known, and I would have been unable to travel without government security or without the attention and participation of my hosts. The entire story of this alleged trip is the creation of two convicted Colombian drug traffickers, Roberto Streidinger and Gabriel Taboada, who were among the traffickers who figured out the obvious, testify against me and get out of jail free. Since the trial, Streidinger, having fooled the judge and the jury, has gone back to Colombia after serving less than 5 years of a 30-year trafficking sentence. Taboada, who was in the same Miami prison as I was for a while, became a government informant. Following the trial, he charged a DEA official with corruption, but an investigation in Washington dismissed Taboada's charge. These two men were loose with the facts, but when you try to pin them down on when I would have been in Medellin to meet with the drug bosses, they say they can't remember the exact day. That is convenient, although since the United States confiscated all of my files and destroyed my command headquarters, I had no way to present a diary or agenda of my activities. I certainly did go to Colombia in 1983, invited by the Colombian Army to attend their jungle training school in Cali. Proof of this is also classified information, under lock and key, and considered secret U.S. government security information. It was impossible for me to go anywhere in Colombia without either notifying the Colombian intelligence services or being detected by the armed forces or by journalists. I was too high profile, especially in June 1983, when I was in the final stages of the process that would make me commander of the armed forces in October of the same year. Once I got to Medellin, according to the U.S. government, I was supposedly helping Fabio Ochoa, the youngest brother of Jorge Ochoa, buy a sports car. The concept is stupid. To think that the Medellin cartel with its billions of dollars would ask me to help them get a sports car, something they could get from any embassy in the world. Moreover, that months before I was to assume the position of general of the Panamanian Defense Forces, I would travel secretly to Medellin, knowing that the Colombian military, with which I had a close relationship, would find out and be insulted and publicize the affront, probably telling the United States. Look at the logic of it and decide for yourself. The head of Colombian military intelligence from 1981 to 1985, General Manuel Mejia, and the leader of the Colombian Armed Forces, General Manuel Zamudio, were prepared to testify to this at the drug trial until the Americans, famous for pressuring and bending Latin politicians to their will, forced them to desist. Speaking about Colombian intelligence, in my conversations with agents and officials from the Colombian Department of Administrative Security, DAS, their combined equivalent of the FBI, CIA, and DEA, I was told that their agencies saw persistent links between the U.S.-created Contra rebels in Nicaragua and the Colombian drug dealers. Americans know what the Contras are doing, that they're working with the Colombian narcos, one Colombian drug agent told me. The problem was that without investigative assistance from the United States or some other government, they could not prove their case. They knew that it was politically impossible for one branch of the U.S. government to investigate another, which is essentially what would need to happen for such a charge to be proved. But they did see what was going on.